ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you are tuned in to the Lion's Den, the official source for UCCS Sports. I am your host, MJ, broadcasting live from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, inside the Roar office, and I am joined, as always, by the excellence of execution, Martin the Hitman Hines. Hitman, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Bajan, I'll take you out right now.
Straight from Brooklyn, right on, the Hitman in the house.
Best pizza in the world, man.
That's right. Hitman, how much pizza did you have over the weekend? Who'd you mug?
I went to several pizza places around town. I went to Poor Richard's, had some, I had a pie over there. And then
pie, yeah?
And then I went to
you don't even know.
Marinelli's.
And Barella Brothers, and Old Chicago's, and Pizza Hut.
That's right. I ate them all. I ate them all every day.
You ate them all. Other than pizza, Mr. Hitman, what'd you do, Martin? How was your weekend?
Well, I watched some another week of pretty crazy football. I don't even want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Let's skip that because
that was a rough showing last night by Mr. Romo.
You know, Romo being Romo.
Hey, he did tie a career high though. That's always nice.
And interceptions?
Yeah. That's not the career high you want to get to. But you know what? Always good to set new records.
Yeah, well, he has goals.
You got to set the bar high, and it's going to be hard to throw more than 5 interceptions.
But, if anybody can do it, he can.
He can do it. Yeah, that was a rough game to watch. That's okay, because I'm a Raider fan. That was just as rough.
I was going to say, how was your football weekend?
How about we just not talk about pro football this week?
Let's not.
I mean, we have so much UCCS information to cover. We just don't have enough time to cover pro stuff today. To be honest with you, we got so much Mountain Lion athletics to cover. There's a lot of stuff that went down this weekend, Martin.
Yeah, and let's remind our listeners, we are the official source of UCCS Sports, and so of course we're going to cover UCCS.
If we're the source, then of course we're going to cover the sports.
Let me tell you, you can come here, listeners out there, if you want to know the inside knowledge, if you want to hear us bringing athletes and coaches on, then this is the place.
This is the place. There's nowhere else you can go.
Yeah. We may not do very many things well, but
what we do,
yes,
we do it really well.
That's right. UCCS Sports, our coverage of it is what we do well here.
Well, it's second to none, Martin. We don't have any competitors, so we got an edge on the market here. We got a monopoly.
Yeah. But you know what? We don't rest on our laurels. I mean, we're always thinking of new ideas, new things to do, games to play with our guests. To keep our listeners engaged.
Yeah, we got a few guests coming in today.
Yes.
That hopefully we're going to entertain them with.
Yes.
A couple athletes from the cross-country teams here at UCCS are going to join us in studio in just a few moments. I know everybody's really excited about that. But just to preview everything that's going down on today's show, of course, we're going to have those track stars coming in here in just a few moments. We're going to talk a little bit of cross-country with them about how their season's going. We might play a little game, some Jeopardin. We're bringing it back.
Yes.
Round 2, yes. Jeopardin in the house, coming in. And then we got quite a bit to talk about. We got a new hottest team in the RMAC.
And who would that be?
It's not the women's volleyball. It's not the women's soccer. It's the men's soccer, Martin.
That's right.
They're on fire right now.
And let me tell you, we ran into Coach Johnny Keene yesterday, and he was
pretty excited.
Yes, he was. He was in a good mood, and he has every right to be.
For very good reason.
Yes, because the Shash man.
He's tearing it up.
Mash.
He's on fire.
Yes.
They're going to have to play reruns of that show a little more frequently just because MASH is doing so good here at UCCS scoring goals. So. They're going to have to play MASH. That should be the official theme of the school.
Yes, and what else do we have on
We got a lot, Martin. We got women's soccer to talk about. Women's soccer is still doing really well on the season. They've only lost 1 game at home. They're still 6-1 at home on the season. So women's soccer doing really, really good. We got women's volleyball to talk about. We got a lot of big games coming up this week, Martin.
This is a very big week.
It's homecoming week.
That's right.
You got a date?
No.
He just chuckles.
Yeah. Who would want to go out with someone like
They're
me?
lining up outside the door, Martin. It's homecoming week. You got to find yourself a cute little date, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The week has just started.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
What about you, my friend?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't partake in all of these events here. I'm so busy at all the games, working, doing announcing and play-by-play. I don't have time to partake in these dances.
Well, you know what? That is one thing that we will be doing because we cover UCCS Sports, and so we will be providing for the events. We will be covering them with sound bites and interviews and
Yeah, we're going to be there.
pictures.
We got a lot of cool stuff coming up
That's
this
right.
week. We got the March coming up.
Yes.
The March is on Friday. We got Whiteout Night on Thursday. We got a lot of events coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Martin's going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. You should be there, too.
That's
All of
right.
our listening Lions out there, you should come and join us. Come
Because
say
that March, they said they're going to have a lot.
We'll
quite
be
a few
signing
people.
free autographs during the March as well. For anybody
Yes.
who wants to come and get autographs from the Hitman and from MJ right now, during the March, we'll be signing autographs for free.
Celebrities.
Yeah.
There will be celebrities in the crowd.
In the house, that's right. So we got that to cover. We got cross country to cover, and to help us out are going to be our athletes from the teams. We have a little bit more to cover as well. Golf is in the midst of a tournament right now, so as always, we're going to cover live the golf as they are partaking in.
Golf.
Yeah, they're always playing.
Or as they say in Scotland, goff.
Goff.
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Hey, you know what? And next week, I talked to Grant Dean, who was the golfer of the week in the RMAC just 2 weeks ago, and he made mention that he wants to come on the Lions.
You know why he said that?
Why do you say that, Martin?
Because
Help me out.
they know when they come into the show, it's going to be for real.
Yeah.
Like, we were going to give them the bump.
Who said that? Somebody just yesterday
Johnny
told
Keane,
that. That's right.
Johnny Keane said, please, we need to get more of our players into the Lions Den to come on, play games, be interviewed, because he's already seen the effect it has.
The bump.
Yes, the Lions Den bump.
He's gotten it.
That's right.
And since he came on the show, he said that to us yesterday.
So-
Since he came on the show, things have been doing really well.
That's right. So, when Mike English comes in here from the...
Oh, you let out the
cross-country-
surprise.
Oh, did I?
Hey, that's okay. It's posted all over the interweb.
Okay, the interwebs,
And
yes.
people will know in 2 minutes anyways.
Yes, but they don't know who our other...
Yeah, we also got
Yes.
a guest from the women's cross country
Yes, we
team.
won't say that, but we know that when they come in here, though, they're going to immediately go out in their next...
And then they're going to win.
Yes.
They're going to win. Their very next contest.
That's right. They're
That's
getting
just the way it works.
they're getting the bump.
Yeah, they're getting the bump. That's why they come on the show, for the bump.
Yeah.
So, as soon as we get back from break, we're going to be joined by our cross-country student athletes here in the studio, and Martin and I are going to interview them, and then we're going to play a little Jeopardy and have some fun, and maybe somebody's going to win a UCCS I Love Radio shirt.
Yes. Enjoy it.
Yeah, everybody should. By the time we get done with our show, at the end of the semester, everybody on campus is going to be wearing those shirts.
They will be breaking down the doors to get UCCS radio T-shirts.
As they should. They're pretty cool shirts, Martin.
They are stylish.
Yeah, they are really cool. So, when we come back from break, we're going to talk to our cross-country stars. So, to take us to break, we're going to get a little bit of I Had to Run. Here we go. You don't need me singing. Here's the original.
This is Johnny Keene, head coach for the men's soccer team at UCCS, and you're tuned in to the Lion's Den, the official source of UCCS. Oh, let me start over.
You had it.
I was so close.
Radio.uccs.edu.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to the Lion's Den, and we are always having fun here on the Lion's Den. And joining us in the studio right now are the star runners from the cross-country team here at UCCS. We got Mike English and Madison Nayer here live in the studio. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Did you guys run here?
No, not this time.
Not this time.
You got to take a break once in a while.
I bet you save a lot of money on gas and insurance, things like that, if you just run everywhere.
Yeah,
like you went
pretty
to
much.
Minnesota for a contest this past week. You ran there, right?
Yeah,
You didn't take a bus, you didn't fly, you just ran.
exactly.
Took you
yeah.
like
Walk
2
or
hours to
nothing.
Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
About a little
And then
under.
you went there, and the team won. Impressive. That was just the warm-up, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So what happened there? You both went to Minnesota last week, and you took place in the Roy Gryak Invitational. How'd that go?
It was a really great experience, and it was just really fun to be there with our team and everything. So
Yeah, it was really cool. The girls set the tone by winning it, so we felt like we had to go out there and do the same thing, and we did. So it was awesome. We had Emilio Trujillo win the whole race too, which was
Again?
really cool. Yeah,
Does he lose ever?
I
No.
guess not. He's 3-0.
He's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Does that happen in cross country? Can you go undefeated?
I guess he's
Wow.
proven it. So
Yeah.
But there's strategy involved when you're doing these races, right? So, I mean, you're kind of helping each other out and helping Mr. Trujillo come in first, right?
yeah, definitely. I mean, we come in with a race plan, and he's
guys-
just one of those guys that hates to lose. So
Yeah. Do you guys ever say, "Hey, man, let me have a turn"?
yeah, I wish it was like that, but
You almost beat him, though. There was a contest not too long ago, and Mike, you almost beat him there at the Colorado College Invitational. You were within 2 seconds of Emilio.
yeah, that was basically we came into that race more of like as a workout. I mean, because our coach knew that there wasn't going to be much competition in that race, so we basically went out there and treated it as a workout and didn't really push too hard. So even though the time says that I was down by 2 seconds, I mean, we were holding back, and he was definitely holding back, or else
Did
who
you
knows?
think about-
He probably could have smashed me. Who knows?
Did you think about maybe tripping him a little bit? Not to hurt him, but just to get ahead of him and let him trip and fall into the finish
or
line so
maybe-
you could beat him?
I mean, well,
Maybe
nobody sees behind the trees. So I mean, if you want to throw a couple elbows here and
That's what I
there,
was
then
going to
Yeah.
say. Maybe shove him into the bushes or something like that.
exactly, no one sees that. So
But he still beat you. So
That'll be
does
our
he
little
throw-
secret.
Does he throw better elbows then?
supposedly, I guess, yeah.
He's just a quick one, that Emilio. But you both are really quick too. Mike, you're from Thornton, Colorado. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, and you came here to UCCS. Why? Why did you come here, of all places?
Well, it was basically between here and UNC, but I mean, who wants to go to Greeley?
Yeah, nobody wants to go to
Yeah,
Greeley.
so I was like, okay, it's a
Springs.
pretty easy choice, and it was a good running environment, and I wanted to come to a team that was basically established. UNC's wasn't, and wanted to run with a bunch of guys that were at my caliber.
I see.
And so, I mean, it ended up working out, obviously, so.
Well, and you've done pretty well since you've been here. You got 15th last year at the RMAC Track and Field Championships in the 10,000 meter. That's pretty lengthy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like Minnesota.
25 laps of fun. That was
Oh, that's pretty far. That's pretty far. And then you got second at the Colorado College Invitational, 2 seconds behind Emilio. And then you got seventh this year at the Rust Buster, the UCCS annual invitational there. That's pretty good. Mike, doing really well.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Madison, you're doing really well. Also, you come from Castle Rock, yeah.
The big
Yeah.
metropolis.
Yeah.
Castle Rock.
So why did you come here to UCCS, Madison?
Well, one of the two reasons. One was for running, and the other one because they have a really good nursing program, and I want to do nursing. And I wanted to also run.
So thinking outside of the world of sports and what you can do past your career as a runner. So that's why we have the best athletes here at UCCS, because we're not all about athletes and athletics. We like to think about what we're going to do after school, and then we go out and win contests too. So
Right.
you win, and then you're setting yourself up for a great future. That's excellent. Well, we are so glad to have you here. Both teams are doing excellently. The women got first. The men got first just this last weekend. How did you do it? What are you eating? What's in the water?
It's the Wheaties.
The Wheaties.
I don't know. It's just been a special year, and we came into the season knowing that we could be this good, guys and girls, and we've had higher expectations from where we started when I got here. Expectations were high, but I mean, coming in freshman year, we really couldn't compete with the rest of the conference, Adams, Western, and at that point we were kind of like, yeah, there's no way. But now we have a different mentality, and we know that we've put in the hard work over the years, and we've paid our dues, and now it's our turn. So,
well, what's changed in the regiment or the coaching or training? I mean, what has been the biggest difference that has excelled the team over that hump? And now you're winning contests. You're both ranked nationally. The men's team is ranked 14th in the nation. The women's team is ranked 31st in the nation. How did you do that? How did you make that adjustment?
Well, I think one thing is we have a lot more people on our team. The girls' team's grown by almost double, and the guys as well. Also, I think we, after the guys made it to nationals last year, it kind of showed us that we had some potential, and the girls kind of thought, well, maybe we could do that too. And we actually have two separate coaches now, so we get to have a little bit more attention on each group rather than one coach for both men and women. So.
And we had the coaches on not too long ago, Mark Mish and David Harmer, and they discussed a little bit about the team dynamic. And I always thought of cross country and track as more of an individualized sport, at least in the individual meets, but they prefaced the idea of it being such a team dynamic. How does that really play into your success?
Well, yeah, like the team is the most important thing. Like we have, I mean, there's teams out there where they have top individuals, but our depth is huge. That's what makes us so successful, is we're so close together, and we could all run basically at the same caliber, where when we move through the field in the races, I mean, we're right there together, and the more people you have together passing people, it's just going to lower your points, and that's what we rely on. We don't rely on much individual success. It's basically our depth, which is huge.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's working out. You both won. I don't know if that's ever happened in school history for both the men's and the women's team to win on the very same day. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was a really cool day.
Yeah, that's exciting. Because I'm watching at home, and I'm looking at the website, GoMountainLions.com, and I'm seeing, oh, the women won. How exciting. And the men are up next. And a couple hours later, the men won too, and I couldn't believe both of you won. I mean, I thought you guys were running against high schoolers or something. You owned that contest down there. The Roy Gryak Invitational was owned by the Mountain Lions. That's excellent. Well, Martin, we got a bit of a game we're going to play.
Yes, we do.
We got a game.
Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
We're going to play Jeopardin. Have you ever heard of this game?
I have.
You have? You've heard of Jeopardin?
Oh,
we
no.
made it up.
Oh, not that.
No, not that. But you've heard of Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so on this show, we play Jeopardin. Because you're on the Lion's Den. So you see,
okay.
you like that. So we're going to play some Jeopardin. And we're going to see how well each of you know your fellow teammates.
All right.
So as soon as you know the answer, go ahead and blurt it out. Whoever gets it right gets a point. The person who gets the most points at the end will get a UCCS Radio shirt.
Sweet.
Yeah, that you can wear around, brag to all your friends, tell them, look what I got, because I went on the Lions Den. And then, if one of you two win and the other one doesn't, then you always have bragging rights over the other. So that's great. That's fun. So get competitive, because I want to see a great game here. It's going to be awesome. So, Martin, what's our first question?
All right. Well, let's start with the first question.
Dun, dun, dun.
From El Paso, Texas. We have somebody who is from El Paso, Texas, a runner.
Veronica.
Oh, wow, Mike.
Wow, I didn't even...
That was
I thought he had to finish that.
No, as soon as you know it. See, Mike was listening very intently.
I will just finish it.
Mike's a winner. Mike wants to win this thing.
This person was 20th place at the Roy Gryak Invitational and 5th at the NCAA Preview, and also at the Rust Buster on September 8th. And wow, thank you for answering so quickly.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was a new question.
No, that was
just the finishing of the first one. Because you were so quick. We still wanted to get all that information out there.
Right, and
because Veronica Sandoval is quite the runner too on the women's cross country team.
Yes.
I just remember hearing she was from Texas. I just kind of had to blurt. So.
Great memory there,
Right.
Mike. That gained you a point and an early lead here on Jeopardin.
All right.
Excellent.
And MJ, you want to do the next question?
Question number 2, we have a sophomore from Aurora, Colorado. No answer yet. 12th at the Roy Gryak Invitational. 4th at the NCAA Preview. And 8th at the Rust Buster.
Angie?
Angie! That's right! We're all knotted up.
Yes.
Madison wants that shirt.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She's stepping it up. Mike, you better
That's
watch
right.
out. She's
I only
coming
knew
for
one
that
person
shirt.
from Aurora. Okay.
Okay.
She's coming for that shirt. All right, so we're all tied up 1-1. Great game so far.
All right. And we're going to go with here's the third question.
Dun dun dun.
This person is a senior from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oliver Williams.
Martin, who'd you got on that one? That was pretty close.
I think I had the O for. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to go with Madison. Because I think I'd be in trouble if
you said otherwise?
Yeah, if I said no. So, I don't know. I think
Mike's right there. He might punch you, though.
Ty goes with the girl. That's true.
That's right. Well,
fair enough.
No.
What a
special,
gentleman.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the way I heard it. So.
Well, that was a quick response. But
Yeah.
Martin, would you go ahead and read the rest of that information for all of our listening Lions who want to
Yeah,
know
so
who Oliver Williams is?
So he attended McPherson College, was 15th in the Roy Gryak Invitational, 4th in the CC Invitational, and 8th in the Rust Buster.
Martin's favorite. He loves the Rust Buster.
Yes.
He gets hungry every time we talk about the Rust Buster.
Go to Dairy Queen, get a Rust Buster.
Have you heard of that?
I haven't.
Me either. I don't know what he keeps talking about. I thought I was the only
Go to
one
Dairy
here.
Queen.
I think he's making stuff up.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all right. All right. Well, our next one. Are you ready for the next question?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got Madison up 2-1.
Yes.
Right now, Mike, gotta step
Gotta
your
step
game
my
up.
game
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Be
right.
quicker.
That's right. Okay, so this member of the cross country team is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Attended the University of Kansas.
Emilio
Emilio.
Trujillo.
Oh, Mike got that one. That is Emilio Trujillo. He was first place in the Roy Gryak Invitational. He was first place in the Colorado College Invitational. And he was first place in the Rust Buster. Undefeated on the season, Emilio Trujillo. That is correct, Mike. You are absolutely right. So we're all tied up once again.
This is a tight race.
Back and forth. They want that shirt, Martin. I'm telling you. It's
Very
Yeah,
competitive.
rip that thing.
You know,
You guys are just as competitive in this game as you are when you're running your matches. So,
do you ever run against each other? Like for practice?
No.
No.
okay,
No.
Strictly run with the guys, strictly run with the girls?
Yep.
Yeah.
okay.
Because you don't want to make the guys look that bad, right? You don't want to
Well,
clown.
you don't want to embarrass them.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So we're all tied up, 2-2.
Yes, we are.
All
Okay.
right, Martin, what's the next question?
All right. So, this person took 9th at the Roy Gryak Invitational, 3rd at the NCAA.
Megan Burrell.
Wow,
Wow.
you know where your
Hello.
teammates rank, don't you? That's excellent. How do you know that?
I just remember because it was a couple days ago.
You've gotten all yours right so far based on how they finished in the race. Mike's getting them all right by where they're from. Different
Sounds
strategies,
crazy.
both working, but
Yes.
right now, Madison's working a little
I
bit
know.
better. She's got you 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah. What's the rest of that question, though, Martin?
Okay, well, let's see. So I said that she was 3rd at the NCAA Preview, 12th at the Rust Buster.
Yeah, that's Megan Burrell. Absolutely. Great job, Madison. All right, next one. We have hailing from Coffeyville, Kansas.
Mark Mish.
Wow! Unbelievable. I don't even get the whole first part of the question out, and you got it right. That is correct. I was trying to trick you, too. I thought I'd throw a coach in there, and I didn't think you'd really get that quickly.
Yeah, we always make fun of him for that one. So.
Oh, really? From
Little
being
town
from
in Kansas.
Coffeyville? Yeah?
Yeah.
So I should have started with something else, maybe.
No, you can keep doing that. That's fine.
You got it right. Well, we also went to Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas. He also attended Fort Hays State and established the Rust Buster. He enters his 6th season as head coach here at UCCS. That is Mark Mish. Absolutely. Great job. We're all tied up.
Yeah, this is getting a little
It's a good
scary.
thing. It's a good thing we have an uneven number of questions.
Yeah, so
otherwise
we can
they
have
might
a
have a
tiebreaker.
tie.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. All right, so this person is a sophomore from Kennewick, Washington.
That is
Attended the Air Force Academy.
Alyssa. No, wait. From Washington?
Emily,
Emily.
It's that freshman or the transfer. Didn't she quit?
Emily.
Oh, we're getting them, Martin.
She has
Finally,
blonde
a
hair.
stumper.
Can we describe her maybe? Blonde hair.
You want
Okay.
facial features?
Here's the thing. Emily Hazen. And I'm going to give it to you because you said Emily.
That was halfway right. You had the
Yes.
first name.
You
That's-
guys
half a
do know
point.
who it is now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Emily Hazen was the answer, and so she sophomore from Kennewick, Washington, and went to the attended the Air Force Academy.
So Madison regains the lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, close game here. All right.
Yes.
Well, next one, we have a former Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference first team all-conference in the 800-meter run.
Anthony Davis.
All right.
Nope.
Finish the question.
Madison, you got a chance to get some distance here. Just like in all of your races, you have an opportunity now to gain some distance on your opponent.
Do I
Okay.
The
get
rest
one guess?
One guess.
Perfect.
You're
That's-
done, Mike.
perfect.
Madison gets a free guess now. So you might want to let me finish the whole
Yes.
thing, and then you can think about it as long as you like. Qualified for the UK European Trials from London, England. Enters the 6th season here at UCCS and has probably the best accent out of anybody here at UCCS.
And let me tell you, you might be in a little trouble if you don't answer
David
this.
Harmer.
That's right, David Harmer, the coach on the women's side of cross country. That's right. Mike, see, you got a little ahead of yourself that time. And Madison pulled through with the W. That's right. That's David Harmer, the coach for the women's team
Yes.
here at UCCS. And they're not listening or anything. So how do you like your coaches? How do how are they
You
doing?
can tell us.
Oh man, they're
Really?
off. No, I'm just kidding.
Nobody's listening, so you can tell us anything.
We really like. I personally really like our coach.
For real?
For real.
Yeah, your coaches are awesome. In fact, they helped me to get you on the show today. So,
That was very nice.
And
That was very nice.
they realized that by you coming onto the show, you guys get
the bump!
the bump.
You know what the bump is?
Whoever comes on the show after they've been on the show, they go out and win.
They do really good.
Yeah.
They do really well after they come on the show.
Yes.
You can ask head coach of the men's soccer team, Johnny Keene. He just told us yesterday how much better he's been doing after coming on our show.
And
That's a true story.
In the words of Charlie Sheen, winning.
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 Awesome.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, looks like Madison's winning a shirt.
Yes, she's our declared winner.
But you know what, Mike? There's no losers on this show.
Yeah.
We got a shirt for you as well. That's right. But she still won. She still has
did.
bragging rights.
She whooped me, I know.
She did. So she still has those bragging rights, but you're both going to get a shirt.